Welcome to K-Drama Divas, a podcast and community for passionate fans of Korean dramas. Join us as we explore the captivating world of K-dramas, discussing the latest releases, timeless classics, and everything in between. Whether you're a seasoned K-drama addict or just stepping into this addictive realm, get ready to laugh, cry, and fangirl with the K-Drama Divas. You're listening to the K-Drama Divas podcast. My name is Amanda, and I'm here with my co-hosts.
Maureen.
And I'm Serena.
We're the K-Drama Divas. And we love to get together every week and talk about the K-dramas we love.
Yes.
But we have a confession.
Uh-oh.
Are we ready for our confession?
Ready.
Yes.
We don't love all of them.
It's hard to believe.
I mean, I was trying to think statistically.
Right.
We probably like 90%, 95%?
Probably at least 95%.
At least.
At least.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably 95%. But there's just some that we can't stand. Well, I mean,
I wouldn't say we could don't.
No.
Well, I don't know how you guys feel.
Sometimes I feel livid.
Okay. Livid.
But we'll get into that later.
Okay.
Yes, livid.
You'll tell us why you feel livid.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
And there's just some that maybe we don't like,
Right.
but some I get very passionate about my dislike.
Oh. I think the top reason why I don't like something is the ending. It
Oh,
leaves
yeah.
you, it doesn't finish it off.
Yeah.
So if I don't, and I still will like the drama, but maybe I just don't like the ending.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, an ending can make or break a drama.
Right. Absolutely.
Just like a good boss can make or break your job. I don't know.
We shouldn't talk
Good
about that on
analogy.
the air.
I have a great boss.
Yeah.
Disclaimer. You do too.
Yes.
And Mom, you're your own boss. So what do you think about that?
What do you think of her?
I need a job. Yeah.
You can take her or leave her some days. Sometimes she's kind of moody. Sometimes she doesn't let you go home early. Makes you work weekends and holidays.
Well, right now,
Yes.
one that I'm watching that I don't hate
Okay.
or dislike, 100 Days,
My
My
Prince.
Prince.
Yes.
Yes.
And
So
you're liking
I
it?
am liking it. I haven't had enough time to watch it, which is driving me crazy.
What episode are you on?
I think I'm on episode 3.
Oh,
So
not at all. Okay.
I know.
All
I
right.
know. I want to watch, but things get in the way, like work, husbands,
Go figure.
day-to-day life.
Yeah.
It's just a bummer. It's a
Right.
bummer. But
Yeah. I mean, thankful for our jobs yet again.
and
But
our husbands.
yeah. Yes. But we wish we were independently wealthy.
Mhm.
So I'm watching. Have you seen 100 Day My Prince? I can never
No, I
remember.
haven't.
Okay.
I will put that on the list.
Okay.
Watch as
Our
soon.
lists, right? Our never-ending
Mhm.
lists. I'm watching. Oh, crud. What's the name of it? Why can't I remember it? Did I tell you guys what I was watching?
No, but I'm curious.
It's one that I swear you guys watched like early on. And it's bad because sometimes I turn something on because I think you told me to watch it and you probably told me not to watch it. I'll have to get on my what you'll have to tell us what you're watching really quick and I'll look and see what I'm
Well,
watching.
I am actually shocked at myself because I think I tried 2 or 3 times to start King, Eternal Monarch.
Oh,
And when I went on it this week, I noticed it was on episode 3. And I thought, wow, I actually watched it till then. But anyway, I think I just had it on. But I just thought, you know what? I've got to give this a try.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. I'm on episode 10 right now.
So I watched it because my
Lee Min-ho?
yes, that's why that's why I watched it.
me too. Me
I mean,
too.
I thought you can't go wrong. It's like part of the story was okay. I just didn't like all the time travel back and forth and I don't know.
Sci-fi.
The sci-fi-ish part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like. I don't know. I
Guess I've
didn't.
seen so many, they don't bother me.
I guess
I
so.
was finding it interesting that they have a parallel
Right.
universe. It's actually like the same time frame.
Right. I don't.
He likes the parallel
I
universe
guess
part.
so.
It was, I mean, I was confused a lot of the time.
Right.
And, but you know what? If I was watching an American sci-fi with parallel universes, I would be confused too.
Right. I
It's
would
not my
turn it.
thing.
I would turn it off. Yeah.
Me too.
But I kept watching it, thinking he was in it, so it had to be good. And it
You
just
know what?
didn't.
I thought that he was from the past, the way past, when he was a king and all. I
Mhm.
just assumed
Oh,
all
Right.
this wrong stuff about it.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
was thinking he was just a king that came. And I was thinking, how could he come forward? And, what is
Right.
all this? But then when I realized, oh, it's a parallel
Yeah. Universe.
universe,
Yeah.
I thought, okay, it's the same time.
Yeah.
It's a little bit slow for my
Yeah.
liking too. I mean, I admit I fell asleep a few times. I feel like maybe I was sick though, and so I was having trouble
No.
staying awake, or maybe I was bored.
Yeah.
So I normally don't fall asleep.
I mean, there were some good parts in it. It just,
I want to go to that bamboo forest.
well, of course.
You
Yeah.
know, I
Yes.
want to go where
Right.
these two
Mhm.
stone slabs are.
Right. Right.
Yeah, bucket list.
Right.
He was in Goblin too.
Which I haven't seen. I
Me
feel
neither.
almost
To
embarrassed.
see it.
Really?
It's fantastic.
What genre is it? Is it sci-fi or is it? I mean, I think Goblin, and then I
I
think
feel like
like
it's a little
monsters.
supernatural, but
Yeah,
not.
because he's 900 and something years old.
That's
I love it. I love
So it's a
Goblin.
romantic?
yes. I
Okay.
hear it's epic, and it's almost embarrassing that we haven't seen it,
Oh.
Serena.
Well, I'm glad
It's
I
one of
don't know I should be
those.
embarrassed.
I know. It's like we should hang our head in shame that
So
we
is it
haven't seen
one we should
Goblin.
start watching together, even though you've seen it?
Oh,
Good.
Should we do that? That would be our
Yes.
next one to watch together
Yes.
since we haven't figured that out yet.
I know.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That'd be a good idea.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Well, and the one I'm watching right now is Record of Youth.
Oh, I love that.
Okay. Wasn't sure. It's like I'm watching it and I'm getting hints like as they're like talking to themselves about things. And then I'm thinking, am I reading into this? And then I'm wondering if it's one that you told me I shouldn't watch. So, okay,
She loves it.
you both love it.
I
But
don't know if I
Maureen,
loved it.
I
I
won't
think
look
I
at
was
Maureen
like,
anymore because she's giving me different facial
No, I
vibes.
love it.
Okay, you just don't like the way it ends.
well,
Well, I don't know.
she always worries that we are not going to like the ones she likes.
Right. Yes. So far I really like it. So we'll say that.
Do you know what episode you're on?
I am on episode 8, halfway through episode 8.
Okay. I forgot we were recording right now.
Oh,
We're just talking like we normally talk.
You know what?
Sorry if we're boring. If we're
No,
boring.
that's Park Bogum. That's sorry.
um
Bogummy.
mm,
Oh
in
my
what?
gosh.
Tell me what else he's in.
Oh, Love in the Moonlight.
Not seen
That
it.
is one that's where he's a king, I think, or is he a? I think he's a king. It's good,
Okay.
but I just love him in this one. Oh,
Yes,
in it.
I do too.
Man, did you notice who his friend is?
Yes.
He
Yes.
is like
Yes.
the hottest star these days.
And now I can't think of what he's in.
Lovely Runner.
I've never seen that.
That's
Oh, in
No.
Strong Girl, the new
Yeah.
Strong Girl,
Oh.
he's the villain that does the
Oh.
narcotics.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's really cute, and so everyone wanted her to get together with the villain.
I heard today they're saying that Netflix has a serious case of FOMO. They are so upset probably that
What?
they did not take the show.
Case of what? FOMO? Oh,
Fear of
fear of
missing
missing out.
They are really
What show?
Who
the Lovely Runner.
Oh, that's
who
not
has
on
it
Netflix.
It's
instead?
on Viki. And
Oh.
they had a chance to get it. and
Oh,
they passed.
really? Oh.
And they're sorry now.
Wow, really?
Thank you
Okay.
for the update
Yes.
in the world of dramas. Okay. I guess we could say this is our first episode of It's Not All Love. right?
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So I think I'll start with the one that I was really disappointed in.
All
It
right.
made me livid at the end.
Okay.
Um, it's called Kiss Sixth Sense. And I hate the name because I feel like I lisp a lot. But Kiss Sixth Sense. Have any of you seen it?
No.
Okay.
Yes, I've
So,
seen it.
yes, you
She's seen everything.
why did you see it?
Because you told me to.
Oh, really? Even though you didn't like it, you told her
I
and it
was,
made you live it?
I was in the middle of it.
Yeah, she told me.
Oh, so you liked it until a certain point.
Yes.
Got it.
So it's on Hulu or Disney Plus.
Okay.
And I don't even know how I heard about it. I'm not sure, but it's a drama from 2022, a rom-com, fantasy, sprinkled with a little suspense. So it kind of has everything.
Okay.
And it's 12 episodes. So that's nice for people that don't like 16. I
Right.
kind of like 16, but whatever.
Right.
And it's based on some sort of webtoon, I think, too, which I tend to like those.
Right.
So, I mean,
Seem to be a lot of them.
yeah. And it had like all these positive things. I'm talking about it and it sounds so good, doesn't
Yes.
it? Yeah, it does. And the stars in it, here I go butchering names again. I didn't check with my consultant. Female lead is Hong Yi Sul. Wait, that's her character name. Her real name is So Ji Hai.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. But she was in Crash Landing for You. She played the department store heiress. That was the fiance of the male lead in Crash Landing. Remember, he had an arranged marriage in Crash Landing,
Mhm.
and so that's the star of this drama.
Hmm.
And then the male lead is Yoon Kai Song, and he was in Chocolate, which you saw. He was the male lead in Chocolate.
Maureen saw it.
Yeah. Oh, no one can see me point
No, nobody can see you point.
because I'm just talking to my friends right now. And he was also in Crazy for You. Did you see that one?
I
Either of you?
didn't.
I didn't either, but I think I've heard of it and I kind of want to see it. But I wonder if it will end sad. So I'm not sure if I shouldn't watch it. Someone out there tell me
Right.
because
If it
I
has
don't.
a sad ending.
If it has a sad ending, I don't want to waste my time. Also, one other. I mean, there's great supporting cast in this, but one of them is Hwang Bo Ra, and I don't know. Do you know who she is,
Mhm.
Maureen?
Yes, I do.
Okay, she was in
What's
what's
wrong?
yep.
Secretary.
Right.
Oh,
Remember the coworker, I don't know her name, but
Broadhead.
oh, the broad pad lady where she loses it. She,
Don't you remember when they're on their weekend in the what is that?
some
Yeah,
wilderness
wilderness.
team building activity and she loses her bra pad and
And the guy that she likes, well, that she ends up liking.
is he a secretary, security guard?
No,
What is he? He seems so big and tough.
the driver.
Oh, the
too.
driver.
But he also does something else. I mean,
I don't know, but he likes her and she's the one she has funny facial expressions. They
she
crack me
thinks
up.
she should get the job.
Oh,
Secretary Kim is leaving,
yeah.
and she's kind of upset that the other girl.
oh.
I love
When
her.
if I saw her, I would remember,
would.
but
You
I
would. And she was in Hyena.
Yes, she was in Hyena.
She played the girlfriend of the
oh, the crazy
Yes,
gal.
yes.
Oh,
She's
okay.
the
That's
best
why when I
actress.
saw her in Hyena, that's why I recognized her.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay,
she's been
got
in
it.
so many things,
Yeah.
so many, and I love her. I love her every
Mhm.
Yeah.
time. And
She's
I
fun.
want her to I want to see her as female lead sometime. But
I
that's
know. She just had a baby too.
oh
Wow.
wow. You know so much.
So she is a female lead for somebody.
That's funny. So anyway, for those of you that haven't seen this drama, and maybe it's not that popular, I'm not sure, but basically, the female lady Soul works at an advertising agency and she's really good at her job. She's been promoted and whatever position she's in, it's like she's promoted early.
Mm.
But I feel like she's been at the company a while. And her boss, the male lead, is Minhu. And they kind of have this kind of has conflict with her boss. She calls him a jerk behind his back and everything. But there's these flashbacks, and you see that she's really admired him in a way, in a sense, because he developed her into who she is in her
Hmm.
job. And he's really the reason why she got promoted. They show flashbacks like she was upset because of a deal with in the advertising world. I don't know. Something upset her and she was crying. And he says, "Did your boyfriend break up with you? Are you hurting? Then don't cry at work."
Wow.
But then he gives her his credit card and says, "Go get a massage and some coffee," or I forget what he
Oh,
says, but and take care of yourself and come back when you're ready. And he sounds so mean, but it's laced with this kindness.
right.
And even though she's like, "Oh, he's a jerk," she does the same thing to the person below her at work when she finds her crying in the bathroom. She's like, "Did your boyfriend break up with you?" So it's funny. She's been really influenced by
Right.
him. And it's kind of interesting. So anyway, I won't tell you, I'm not gonna go on and on. I could. But it's actually like quite a cute drama in a way. It draws you in. The female lead has a superpower. So that's where this like
The sixth sense.
fantasy, yes.
Sixth sense.
She can see the future when she kisses someone.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yes, because it's just I don't know. So and it's not just like a kiss, it's like if someone's body touches her lips, she sees the future.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, this whole element, but I mean, I don't know if you're ever gonna watch this, but
Probably not.
um
Depends on how you tell me it ends.
I know,
Why
I
it
know,
makes you so mad.
I know. So one day or one evening, long story short, the female lead trips and lands on her boss and ends up kissing him. And she's shocked when she sees herself in his future. Not only does she see herself, but they're in his house, they're making out, they
Oh.
break a vase,
Oh,
and they end up in his bedroom together.
okay.
A little scandalous for a
Mm.
K-drama. It's not though, but I mean, it kind of is.
If you read
Well,
into it,
yeah, she's shocked. She is stunned and she doesn't believe it could be true. And so, what do you think she does?
avoids him.
She tries to kiss him again.
Oh, of course.
She's like, "Wait a minute, I need to check this out." So, of course, it's just so hilarious, like, because she's trying to figure out ways
To kiss him.
to kiss him.
Okay, but earlier you said bodily touch, so she has to kiss him and like be up against him too.
No, just like
Oh.
if she was in the elevator and someone's hair blew, this woman's hair blew and touched her lips, and then she saw her future.
So something has to touch her lips.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So it's so comical because then she's trying to kiss him to see if it's real. But then as you watch, you realize the male lead, her boss, something's not right with him either.
Oh,
He has issues when women kiss him. He he'll respond in a different way. He'll get really sick and
oh,
yeah. So that's a story aspect too. And he seems to have some sort of supernatural power with his just with all his senses, with his hearing, with his vision. And so that's all intertwined throughout the story. And
okay.
it's actually really cute. Really, really cute. Until episode 12.
And there's 12 episodes.
There's 12
Okay.
episodes. The 12th episode ruined it for me. I was so angry
Oh,
because you have this great story where and I've just told you little pieces. So anyone out there who hasn't seen this, watch through episode 11.
and call it quits.
Call it quits. You'll be fine.
Make up the ending.
It's almost like, oh no, we have to have a final episode. What should we do? And they just decided to make the male lead and female lead hate each other. and break
Oh.
up and get back together and break up and get back together and act like children who couldn't be in a relationship.
Oh.
It was so weird. And I think it had something to do with they weren't relying. I'll just kind of say it this way because I don't want to give too much away. They weren't relying on their superpowers anymore in their life. And so it was like they couldn't have a normal relationship, which just did not make sense. It
Hmm.
didn't make sense. And it didn't make sense to who they were to each other the rest of the time. And suddenly they can't be together more than a month without breaking up and causing drama. And it was so sad. It was
Yeah.
like I watched this whole drama for this. And I don't know what message you're trying to send. Like, you can't be in a loving, healthy relationship for longer than 6 months.
Unless you have superpowers.
I know. It was really
Yeah.
dumb. And I don't know if the webtoon is the same way, but it was an utter disappointment. And I can't recommend the drama because of it, unless 1 through 11.
Right.
And I mean, it's not perfect. There's, some of the suspense, it's like, wow, they just put everything in here. But it would have been a cute drama had they not ruined it at the end. And it makes me so mad. Why did they have to do that?
Right. Makes you wonder what the writers or the directors or whoever makes those decisions, what they were thinking. And
Yes.
like you said, what were they trying to
Yeah.
relay or
Mhm.
I mean,
yeah.
maybe they thought it was funny, but I didn't find it funny. I found it sad, like they ruined a good drama.
Huh.
So, Kiss Sixth Sense.
Okay.
It's on my do not watch
All
list.
right.
Unless you watch episodes 1 through 11 and pretend like it ends there.
So 1 to 5 stars you would give it?
I don't know. I was thinking about this because it's not all bad,
Right.
but maybe 2. Maybe
Okay.
3, 2.5.
Okay.
Because I did like it, minus 1 episode.
Okay.
But what do you think, Maureen's mom, since you watched this?
I recall thinking that it was pretty good. Um, I'd probably give it a 4.
Wow. Why?
It was really good until the
Oh,
last
okay.
episode. It was. I admit it was really good. I liked it a lot.
Were you that disappointed in the last episode?
I don't think I was, but
Hmm.
it wasn't on my list. It was
Of
on
your
her
bad list,
list.
yeah. Okay. Well,
So,
that's
I
fair
mean,
enough.
it's good. I just was
Yeah.
really mad. And maybe I'm the only one in the world that was really mad about the last
Right.
episode. But
Okay.
that's my opinion.
Okay.
And I'm not sorry for it.
They need to do a redo and
Just
Oh, and by the way, if anybody has watched any of the 3 that we're going to talk about and you feel differently, or if you agree with
yeah,
us, please let us know.
please,
Please.
yeah,
yes.
I'm
We want
curious. Just
feedback. We want to hear
Yes.
what you guys are thinking.
don't judge us.
Yeah. We won't judge you either.
Right. So who's next?
I can go next. So on my, and I had, I think 4 or 5 on my list. So, and I had them in alphabetical order. So I just picked the first one because it started with an A because I didn't know which one to choose. But I chose A Time Called You,
Hmm.
which was from 2023. And, and I think I'm so, even, I think what makes me the most disappointed is the male lead and the female lead are awesome. I've seen them in other things and I love them. And I just was so disappointed in the storyline in the I don't even know. So we'll step back a second. So the male lead is Ah Hyun Sop. Is that how you say it?
Sort of.
How do you say it, Maureen? No, correct me.
He's the star of Business Proposal.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So, AKA, his name is Paul On. Okay.
Mhm.
So he, as Maureen said, so he started his first male lead was in 2017 in Queen of the Ring.
Oh,
Several of these I haven't heard of. He was in Still 17, Abyss, Dr.
Mhm.
Romantic 2 and 3, Lovers of the Red Sky. And then, of course, Business Proposal, which you have all heard us talk about and we just absolutely love.
Yes.
And I think that that is probably why I watched this was because he was in it. Because that's
Mhm.
kind of what I tend to do is I watch something and I like
Mhm.
the people in it, so I then see what else they're in. The female lead is Y- Yeon Yi Bin. Don't know. I'm sure I'm totally butchering that, but she was in Vincenzo. She
Oh.
plays the good lawyer,
Oh my goodness.
that her dad's the one that died, and she kind of is Vincenzo's partner in crime to kind of take everybody down. So those are the two top
Yeah.
leads in it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would have been so excited to watch that.
I
Mhm.
I'm kind of glad you're
know.
telling me not to.
Oh, so they dub it as time travel mystery romance, and then one of them here says it's a tragic, hopeful, and passionate. Um,
Tragic.
Tragic.
Did you know about this, Serena, before you started
Of
watching?
course not.
Okay.
Look at those things before I watch
Tragic.
it.
Do not watch.
So the summary that I've seen online, because I'm not good at summarizing things. So in the year 2023, June Hee, which is the female lead, she she was dating someone. She had a boyfriend. They had been together for a long time, but he died a year prior. So she's really missing him. It's his birthday, and so she's really thinking about him a lot. And through a Walkman radio, when she listens to this Walkman radio, it takes her back to 1998.
Oh.
So she's listening to this Walkman and she wakes up in 1998, but in somebody else's body. It's not even her own, like when she was young body. It was a total stranger.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. But then she, in this 1998 body that she's in, she meets somebody that she believes is her now dead boyfriend. And so they travel back and forth, or she travels back and forth between 2023 and 1998. And you learn that he like died in a plane crash. And in 2023, you kind of, there's a gentleman that shows up that's really scraggly kind of. I mean, he has long hair. He's got a big, huge scar on his face. He walks with a cane and a limp. And he just kind of, you think, he may be off the street or something.
Mm-hmm.
But there's weird transactions between him and her in 2023. And then they jump back to 1998. It's just, to me, it's weird transitions between the two time zones,
Mm-hmm.
different years. Then it's like she's finding out back in 1998 something about, and correct me, Maureen, because I know you've seen this, something about some kid in their class kills this guy who she thinks is her 2023 boyfriend.
Oh.
And so they're trying to solve that mystery. And I mean, it's just that part of the
Mhm.
storyline I didn't like at all.
It
It
sounds
was
really
just weird.
confusing.
It was very confusing to me. And then it's like there's this scene I remember where she's trying to find this guy that she thinks killed her boyfriend, and they're in this old abandoned building, and he was going to jump off and kill himself or something, and so instead she ends up and jumps off, right? Or was it he? I don't know, but I mean, it just, I just couldn't do it. So I mean,
Wow.
obviously I watched the whole thing. Um, and I guess there were bits and pieces that I liked, but for the most part, I think I was confused and I really didn't like the storyline.
And you were just determined to finish it.
Right. I was determined to finish it because I thought it has to get better. It has
Right.
to make more sense to me. And these two
Mhm.
people are in it that are great actors and actresses, and I just couldn't do it. I mean, well, obviously I did it, but I didn't like that I watched it. You agree, Maureen?
Yes, I do
What
agree.
am I forgetting and why don't you like it?
You're right. I mean, I would probably need to go back
Yeah.
and,
It's been a long time since I've watched it.
well, it's just, It's not in my mind
Right.
yet, but I know that it was really weird.
Yeah.
But I think the guy back in time though wasn't even her boyfriend, right? Or I mean,
I think there was,
on
because then he
there's
had,
two people because she is different. You're wondering why he won't like her. And then we
right.
find out in episode 7 why he doesn't like her. And
Episode 7. She knows that.
Wow.
Her head.
Is that she just said, well, I'd have to go back and review it.
Right.
How many times did you watch this?
once,
So it
Wow.
was the male lead and female lead, and then the male lead had a best friend.
yes, uh-huh.
Yeah, and there was something funky with the three of them, their relation. Yeah, it just wasn't good.
No, it wasn't.
So I'm glad because I was ready for you to say you really liked it.
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right.
But it pains you that it didn't, that
I know it
because of who
does.
was in it. Is that what's
Yes,
going on?
yes.
You should see her face of sadness right now. We need to add video at some point.
We do, but it's funny we both feel the same way about it.
Mhm.
So now I wish Amanda would watch it just so she could tell us.
No way.
And I was thinking if I had to give it 1 out of 5 stars when I asked you about yours, Amanda, I think the same thing, just maybe a 2. I don't
Well,
know that I
then
could even give it a 2.5.
I think I need to rate mine higher then because that sounds terrible.
It was
And I
horrible.
trust you too much to watch it. I'll take your opinions.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. Again, it was a long time ago that I watched it. I would, it's just not for me. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that really enjoyed it and liked it, but I'm not a fan. So, Maureen,
Okay. Mine is In the Interest of Love. And I don't know if others liked it. I tried to like it and I stuck with it because I thought it's got to get better. But to me, it never did. And the two main stars, I love them. Yu Young Sok, he was in Hospital Playlist, which is one of my favorites.
Okay,
right?
wait. Which one? Who was he in Hospital
He
Playlist?
was the one with the mother
Oh,
that was in the story.
Oh,
wait. There's two. Wait, are you talking about the baby doctor?
No,
Um,
I'm talking
the kidney,
about the pediatrician.
the pediatrician. Okay.
Yes. And then Moon Ga-young, who, oh my gosh, I loved her in True Beauty. And I've
not
been
either.
trying to get you guys to watch that forever. But anyway,
I don't remember you telling me about that.
There's so many dramas, so little time.
Yes.
but anyway, I mean, they were just, it should have been good.
What year was this from?
This was from December 22 through February of 23.
Oh,
Oh,
so it's rather new.
Yes, it is. And I think it's following 4 people as they navigate life and love, but they call this a romance. And even if you watch the trailers for it, it's always these two that they are showing, and they're always talking to each other. Well, anyway,
If you could see her face, oh my word, I love it.
it's like slow, it's one of those slow stories too. But I like slow sometimes.
Yeah.
Like my Liberation Notes was kind of slow, but I loved it.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, so they are at the credit union, the bank where they work, and he's got a good senior position, and she is a contract worker. And it's funny because I guess I've never really realized that when you go to college, you can even go to college and you can get a job at a bank. That didn't go to college. She's just a high school graduate. And they look down on her because of it. And she's a contract worker. That's what I meant.
So
but she still works at the bank.
Yes, but
but because she doesn't have a degree, is that why she's a contract worker and she can't get on permanent?
well, she can never really get promotions or anything.
Okay.
And she can only do like a couple of tasks, even though she's helping people. But it's like one of the men that's over her, says to this person, "Oh, she can't help you with that. Go down to, this other man." It's very strange that way.
Hmm.
I don't know. I found it,
Didn't make sense.
well,
You just
Or just
obviously it's
odd.
the way it works.
you never knew it was like that.
Right.
And
So, and then another character in it is Jung Chum Garam, and he was in Love Alarm, and he played the second lead in that, not the star. And he ended up getting the girl in that one, and I didn't like it. It- oh, what's wrong with Song Kang? So it never made any sense to me. It
Let's forget what
never
she
made
just
any
said in case we want to watch Love Alarm.
Yeah.
never made any sense to me.
No, I'll forget.
But he plays a security guard who dreams of being a cop, a police officer. And then the other character, I don't know, maybe some people like her, but anyway, she's from a wealthy family, and she's got a high position. He comes on the bank, and so anyway, it's those four. But you really know from the start that he is interested in Moon Jae-young.
Which is the contract worker.
Yes,
Or okay.
yes.
Wannabe cop?
Yu Young So
Oh.
star. The two stars. The two stars.
Yes.
You can tell that. In fact, she'll look at like he'll just stare at her, and then he'll just like wait. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she's gonna look up and see you. I mean, he will wait till like the last second to turn away, but then she will have caught him or something. But anyway, so you just think, oh, they're gonna obviously get together. Then they have a date. He makes a date with her, but it's so kind of tragic because he is an hour late, and she's watching him out of the window of the restaurant, and she sees him and she's smiling because he's running as fast as he can there. But then he stops and he turns around. It's like he's having second thought. You're going, why? Why are you doing this? And when she sees that, her face changes and she leaves the place. Well, you find out later, he says, no, I actually turned around again and was coming back and you weren't there. But anyway,
After an hour plus, what do you expect?
I know.
exactly. And she says, is it because I'm a contract worker? But anyway, she has all these issues with her family too. I think she blames her father um, for some affair or something, but it turns out to be her mother who had the affair.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And so, but all of this to say the other two, they actually get with the other two people,
Oh, and not each other.
not each other. And I just hate it. It drives
Right.
me crazy. So then, okay, I'll say maybe 3/4 or maybe even longer. That's the way it is. Then she goes back home, which like to the countryside or something. And I think he follows her, but she ends up staying there. And she says she's going to be there with her parents. I don't know, whatever it is. Anyway, it's 4 or 5 years later.
Oh,
It's
no.
one of those. Yes.
Wow.
And all of a sudden it's 4 or 5 years later. I'm telling you, 4 or 5 years later. Not 1 year later, not even 2 years later, but 4 or 5 years later.
Tragic.
Yeah. So now you find out that he's the assistant manager of the bank, and she does not work there at all. And she actually owns a cafe.
Hmm.
And the other guy did become a police officer. And the girl, they broke up too. She went to America for 3 years, but
Thank God it wasn't 4 or 5.
I just did not like it. I'm sorry, I did not like the story. So at the end, he thinks he sees her cross the street. And he's on his way to a branch that day because I think that was the branch he was going to be working at. He was going to be an assistant manager at this branch. Well, she was going into that branch to get a loan for her deposit or something on the cafe that she runs. He goes after her. He parks his car at the side of the road and he runs after her, and it's not her. And he says, oh, I'm sorry. It's right near her cafe. So he sees it's like paintings or whatever, and it reminds him of her. And so he wanders in. She's not there. He looks around, but then he leaves.
And he doesn't know it's her cafe, though.
No, but he's thinking, these pictures look familiar. It's like a one where you can go in there and draw too. It's like a cafe like that.
Oh,
You know, I guess they have cafes that are all for, different sorts of things. So she's at the bank. Then all of a sudden he comes back to her cafe,
mhm.
when he comes in and he sees her because he needs to get some more documents for her loan. And he knows it's her then. And you think, oh gosh, they're going to get together now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he says to her, she makes him some coffee. They chat, but then he says, let's, I think, meet up. And they walk up to his university, I believe. And at the end, but it's so open ended. You don't even know. I'm so frustrated still.
So maybe they got together, maybe not.
I don't think they did though.
Oh.
They were just, it's like
If
discussing the past.
if they would have
Um,
gotten together, would you have felt differently about it?
yes.
Okay, so that was like
I
that was
didn't.
it.
I mean, I thought I have wasted 16 episodes
Right.
for this
Right.
because we call it a romance anyway. Why call it a romance if it's not a romance? And the
Right.
two leads.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it.
No. Sounds like a tragedy, not a romance.
But it doesn't sound like the two leads got together with the other people.
No, they didn't.
Oh, I thought you said they did.
That's what I thought
For
too.
3/4 of it. But then they
Oh,
didn't.
they broke up.
Oh.
Oh,
So nobody got together
with
in the
anyone.
end.
They're all alone 5
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Mhm.
No thanks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 out of 5. I mean, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 people don't like it.
I would
1
give
out of
it.
5.
I would give it a 2.
I think we
Well,
all feel the same about all
yeah.
yours.
Except maybe I like mine more than
Yeah.
I mean, mine sounds way better than yours. Both of
Yes.
yours.
Yes. I
Up
agree.
until episode 11 when they ruined the romance.
Wow.
Well, that's it. It's not all love, people.
No.
It's not all love.
No. Wish it was.
Me too. So tell us what you guys think if you've seen any of these dramas.
Tell us ones you watch that you don't like too,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
so we can avoid them.
we don't like bad endings. Clearly. So we'll probably have more episodes like this because there are others. That's all we have time for this Wednesday. So until next time.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the K-Drama Divas podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode as much as we did. Before we part ways, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. Connect with us on social media at K-Drama Divas to stay up to date on recent podcasts and to share your thoughts and recommendations.